oh yeah. Welcome, 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 welcome. Wherever you are in this world, whatever country you're listening to, welcome to Put It All on the Table, where we put everything on the table. We talk about everything. We don't hold nothing back. You know the favorite saying? If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Well, guess what? We're going to say it all. And we're going to speak about the truth. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today we're going to talk about marriage in its entirety. We're going to talk about the stuff that hurts, the stuff that people don't talk about. We're going to talk about it today on Put It All on the Table. They say marriage is about becoming one team. It's kind of hard to play on one team when both people are playing on different teams. You wind up competing. So how do we get everybody on one team and one mind frame so we can have one common goal? That's a good question. We're going to touch base on that. You're going to spend the rest of your life learning about each other. That's a long time. During that time frame, you're going to have different issues, different experiences, different problems, and how do you work through it? Every now and then, things going to blow up. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Think about it. You have different people, different personalities, different background, living in one household, and you're going to experience some problems. We're going to touch base on that as well. So, what do we base it on? Do we base it on the secular understanding of marriage? Because now, if you think about it, marriage has been redefined. Marriage is not the same as it used to be. Two men can get married now, two women can get married. We're not even going to go there. Marriage has been redefined. But we're going to go back to the original mind frame, the original idea of marriage. And that's scriptural. We're going to touch base on some scriptures, and we're going to listen to some feedback, some comments, people that's going to call in, and then we're going to go from there. One of the most favorite verses in the Bible, it talks about, therefore man, that's Genesis 2:24. That's chapter 2, verse 24, where it says, therefore man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. How can two people become one flesh? Think about it. That's nearly impossible to become one flesh. What does that really mean, to become one flesh? Same concept as what I talked about at the very beginning. Marriage is about becoming a team, becoming one. Do everything in unison. So, what does that mean? It means you gotta have the same understanding, that you gotta watch out for each other, that you have to support each other, that you have to treat each other as if they are you. Naturally, you want yourself to succeed. You want yourself to do everything right. So that partner of yours is supposed to help you be a better you and work together as one team to get stuff done. The problem is, there's certain couples that's doing their own thing. Their focus is on their self. They have selfish desires. Everything they think about is about themselves. How can I? How many I's can you have? I. It's always I. It's never we. It's never us. So you play on a different team. Okay. So that's one verse in the Bible. Hebrews 13:4. What does it say? Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled. For God will judge the sexually immoral. Think about this. I hope there's no children listening, but we can't be boring. That's what I'm saying. We got to be excited. We got to keep this thing going. Think about it. Forever doing the same thing over and over again. So really, you have to be creative. You got to come up with different ways to keep the heat going. All right. Proverb 18:22. People love saying that verse. He who finds a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Let's define what a good thing is. Now, like I said, this is put it all on the table. We're going to talk about everything. Everything? Everything. What is good? Is it what's good in the eye of God or what's good in the eye of your spouse? What is good? What is good to you? Well, it's supposed to be a helpmate. If we go back to how things started, back in the days, it was different. The man would actually have the job, go out there and bring home the bacon, while the woman would stay at home and she would make sure that the house is taken care of. That was the old ways of doing things. Now women works, they have jobs, some of them making way more than a man does. So defining manhood by how much you make might be a problem in today's society. So it says, he who finds a wife. So in terms, if you have a wife or a husband, you're supposed to help each other. If the bill is due and the man is short, not being able to complete his obligation in that area, the woman is supposed to step up and help out. The whole secular understanding is from a woman perspective, I've heard, what's his is hers and what's hers is hers. Big problem, big issue, okay? And that's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be successful. So we have to help each other out. Help each other out with the bills, the household, and stuff that needs to be done because you're on one team. One team means you're playing together for one common goal to win. We're out here trying to win and win together. You can't have one person on the team and expect to play another team that has 8 or 10 people. It's going to be extremely hard for you to carry all these positions. That's why you need help. You need a coach. You need an assistant coach. You need a different group of people that's behind you, supporting you and helping you out. That's the whole mentality, the whole concept of marriage. You got to have somebody behind you and with you, walking with you, helping you out, supporting you, motivating you, and getting you to a point where you feel confident enough to face this world. It says, do not be unequally, let me quote the scripture first. 2 Corinthians 6, verse 14. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what partnership has righteousness with lawlessness? Or what fellowship has light with darkness? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that really mean? Do not be unequally yoked. That concept, you can take it different ways. What it means is you got to be on one mind frame, one understanding, one faith, one belief. Because it's kind of hard to be playing for a different team and going a different direction, going to a different state, a different city, while your partner's over there in a different state, different city. Don't be unequally yoked. Have the same mind frame. Discuss the issues. Discuss your goal, and discuss what the future is going to look like. So that way you be on one mind frame. And from a belief perspective, it would be better if you are a believer to consider dating. During the dating phase, you need to ask questions. You need to establish what's that person's faith, what's that person's belief system, how they were brought up, how they were raised. Really important that you establish that before you say I do, because once you say I do, what's the saying? You are through. Now, if you don't do your homework and you get involved and you apply love, for most women, I'm not going to focus too much on that. I've asked that question before. What is love to them? And most of them will say, well, love is a feeling. It's the way I feel. They don't take the time to get to know the person. They don't take the time to really sit down with the family, meet the family, see how the partner is engaging, um, find out what their belief system is. Really important, because 9 out of 10, the way the family is the same way that person is gonna be. So if you're a Christian and you marry, you fall in love, okay, it's a feeling, emotion is involved, because of what the person does for you, the way the person looks. It could be different reasons why a person falls in love. After you fall in love, eventually you're gonna have to live life. You're gonna have to move forward. And that's when you establish, hold on now, we are not going in the same direction. What is going on? You are unequally yoked. Now, from the same perspective, you're still part of one team. You have made an agreement. You have made a covenant in the eye of God to marry that person. So you have to work together. It's not getting up and leaving because the person doesn't think like you or see things the way you do. You're going to have to work together. It's too late now. Once you have said I do, that's it. It's forever. So, what do? This person's doing their own thing. This person's going about their business, and you doing your own thing. In the process, you get together once in a while, and this is your relationship. That's what, in my opinion, my opinion, I believe unequally yoked means. It's not just spiritual. It has some natural meaning to it. Okay? Doing your own thing is really extremely dangerous. Of course, you have to establish yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to do for yourself. Don't get me wrong. That's really important. But if the focus is strictly about you and what you do, it's not going to work out. Because naturally, you doing your thing, other person's going to be doing their thing. And if you're not trying to work together, the more time you spend together, the stronger your relationship get. The more time you spend apart, the relationship get weaker. And other influences gets involved, if you know what I mean by that. There's other people you meet. You start meeting other people. You start finding people that has similar interests. And before you know it, that's how stuff gets started. So it's really important that you work together and make stuff work. Pick a project, pick a hobby, something that you do together that's going to help you out. So, marriage is, let's go back to what I said at the opening. It says marriage is about becoming a team of what? A team of one. The two becoming one. You're going to spend the rest of your life learning about each other. And there's stuff you're going to find that you never knew about that person. The person might snore. You never knew the person snored. There's a lot of stuff you will find out in the course of a lifetime. And things changes. Nobody remains the same. People change, their mentality change, their view on life change, education that they have gotten, change their whole concept of life. The older you get, you start seeing life differently. Your experiences in life, you start dealing with people differently. And you look at each other, it's like, you are not the same person I met 3 years ago, a year ago, 6 months. In 6 months time frame, a person can change. So throughout your whole lifetime, you're going to learn that the person that you got with, the person that you originally fell in love with, whether it was their attitude, whether it was the way they were thinking about certain things, different ideas, conversation, you're going to notice that things will change. You have to expect that. The illusion of forever being the same is a misconception. The person will never remain the same. In 10 years time frame, the person is going to be 10 years older. The older you get, you start prioritize what's important to you. So make sure that you welcome that you deal with that you discuss that and move forward from that. Because the person's mentality is going to change. They're not going to look at you the same way. They're going to say, you have changed. And keep in mind that when you first meet somebody, you don't meet the real person. Because if they really knew who you were at the very beginning, things may not have worked out the way it did. Ain't that the truth? Just like when you first meet somebody, you want to be the nicest person there is. You know, nice, hey, how you doing? Good morning, with a smile. This is a mask that we wear. We all wear that mask. Because if we were to expose ourselves and really express the way we really feel, the way we see life, the way we look at people, it would be a totally different concept, different idea. People would look at you differently. So is marriage. When you first meet somebody, you don't meet the real person. And with times, the person's personality comes out, their true belief system comes out. Life experiences really change that person's way of seeing life and seeing things. And you start saying, you are not the same person that I married. Will that ever be the same? Can anybody here, can my audience tell me if during the time, I don't know how long you've been married. You might have been married for a year, 2, 3. Some people have been married for 20, 30 years. They'll tell you, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. They have had to deal with different personalities, different ways of seeing life, parents passing away, changing their whole concept of life, jobs. A lot of stuff throughout the course of a lifetime can come and change your whole mentality. And you got to deal with that. You know, you got to be able to welcome the change in that person and trying to work through that. Because the person you married will never remain the same. So, this is what I got for you guys today. Next time we're going to talk about different subject. We're going to have a special guest come in and have their point of view. Today is officially the first day of putting it all on the table. Put it all on the table. We're putting it all, dirty laundries, everything on the table. We're not holding anything back. We're not really welcoming the idea. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Say everything. Be respectful and put everything on the table. Another thing I want to say before I close, a lot of people have a tendency of not really telling you how they really feel. That's detrimental in a relationship where a person is holding back certain things that's hurting them. They're holding it back. They're not sharing it with their partner. Of course, your partner might get upset by certain things that you say. Of course, your partner might look at you and be like, you know what? I can't believe you said that. It's really important that you put it all on the table. So thank you for listening. And next time we're going to talk about the same topic, maybe go on a different, more in depth about what we mean by putting it all on the table when it comes to marriage. My name is Jan. See you guys next time.